will Jenna do next? I don't know. Behind the thing, how can we find what's happening? With behind the thing, as we continue to follow the fox, and see what's inside her box. Behind the den, with Jenna Fox.
What's happening next?
Hi everybody, I'm Jenna Fox. I was really excited. I had the opportunity tonight to go down to speak at the Dyke March. Once again, I was very honored to be able to do that. We tried to film it, but the film seemed to have given out. Technical difficulties. So now we had about approximately 2 minutes each. We had to be there by 6:20. They got there by 6:20. The cameraman set up, and then they started playing music. There was a musician that played. She was phenomenal. She had a very strong pitch that sounded very similar to Melissa Etheridge, and just very powerful. I've heard her music before. She was fabulous. So she sang for approximately 15 minutes. There was a few wonderful speakers. Then we had another wonderful musician. She played a mandolin and then her guitar, and she did a fabulous job. I came up after that, and then the rugby team spoke, and then they had the wonderful Dyke March from Monument Square in Portland, Maine, all the way up to Longfellow Square. And then they usually have a little concert in there, and then a party that they just keep cranking all night with DJ Kate from Styx. So a holla out to you, girl. And a holla out to Stephanie, Lady Gaga, for all that you're doing. I'm also doing the same thing. We have some deaf folks within our community. So I'm also working hard at learning sign language to try to help as well. And we had an interesting little introduction. They wanted us to introduce ourselves. So as I did at the beginning of this short video, I sort of briefly introduced myself. And as I got to that point of transitioning, I identify as a intersex, male to female, transgender, lesbian, or as I like to call myself, an intertransbian. So that was kind of how I opened it a little bit. So I briefly talked about that, and I hope that you folks enjoy it. I'm going to post it so that you folks can see and go back and share with anyone else, because I knew that that would take more than 2 minutes because I had to kind of rush through it, and I had to sum up some of that very, very shortly. So I'm going to sort of cut and paste some of this and give sort of my description before and after, and then I'm actually going to post separately like the actual speech is what I'll do. And then that way, if you want to just reference directly to the speech, you can do that. Or if I can figure out how to do it, somehow there's one way to like make it embedded, and you can hit a button and it'll like go right into it. And I don't know how to do that yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So I just wanted to give you folks a quick update about that and sort of how the Dyke March, my speech went tonight. Sort of the kickoff of Pride. We're very excited. The Southern Maine Pride Parade. And then they follow it, march down to Daring Oaks Park, and there's a lot of fun activities in the afternoon from like 1 to 5-ish for the Pride weekend. So this sort of adds to a little bit of information about the fun-filled Pride weekend. So I hope that you folks have a fantabulous weekend. All those of you gender variants and or that identify as some type of male, I would like to send my happy, you may not be a dad, but happy Man's Day on Sunday if any of you identify in that direction, whether it be like female to male or some sort of gender queer that feels more masculine, whatever. And it doesn't have to, I'm just sending out some greetings and trying to show my love for anyone that might feel that they connect on that side of the gender. Um, so I hope everyone's having a good summer. We have some other fun videos going up shortly. You should also be able to see that we did a sort of salute to the troops recently. That was sort of a combination of like a serious skit with a little comedy thrown in there, more of a satire. And then we also sort of gave like a happy celebration of the holiday season and kind of the summer pride and some of the pageants and things, that just to try to sort of show some of that support that we continue to show for you folks. I haven't been able to be online a lot lately because I don't have internet in my apartment anymore. So it's made it very difficult for me. I've had to travel to a few Wi-Fi locations, library and other means to get this information up viral. So it's been a real hard struggle right now because everything's sort of starting to take off, but like not quite there with everything going on. So I just wanted to kind of share my speech, my update, a little behind the scenes, kind of all these things that are going on, and I will keep you folks posted. Hope you're having a good summer. Up next, we've got the salute coming out. We have another funny little video coming out later this year. I'm going to do my 2 gender variant characters, Jenna Discusses and Blueberry, or President Blueberry. And that's going to be, I think, the wake-up song. It's kind of a silly little song. And then we have, I think, a little back-to-school short coming out near the end of the summer. So keep an eye out for that. And I think that's most of the updates for this summer. I'm working with some other photographers. We're doing some other shoots coming up, some gender variant shoots, so we're excited about that for the magazine. We're approaching our 1-year anniversary, by the way. My holla out to the staff for GLBT Magazine. Mwah! I love you all for making this amazing magazine come to life. It's amazing how far it's come. The Pepsi Refresh Project has helped a little bit, and we've had a lot of just volunteers that have helped make this go to such an amazing place. We're continuing to work on that. So the year anniversary comes up for that in August, which is my B-Day. So I hope you folks enjoy the rest of your summer. To be honest, it's been a very lonely, hard time. I mean, I wouldn't have it for the world. As I'm gearing up for all these things happening and all this stuff. It's wonderful and exciting with the collaborations, and I have great support and loving, wonderful people, but it's such a challenge sometimes, you know, to get through the smaller moments. And not that I'm putting all my stock into a relationship and expecting that either. It's just showing the level of humanity that I have that is still a struggle, that even though I'm out there working hard, it's a very lonely place. And I knew it would be. I mean, it's already a challenge for, you know, a straight relationship compared to a gender variant relationship. As well as being on the road and or trying to do all that I do. And it's difficult when you don't have, like, stepping stone or a support team there, you know. It's a real challenge, to be honest. So I had to kind of visit that little dark side for a few minutes, just to kind of give you some realism of kind of what's going on. You know, I'm not going to be here and be all smilesies all the time. I want to show and let you know some of the true stuff that's really going on. I mean, it's really depressing, sad, and dark place. But, you know, and then everybody will say, oh, you know, you're going to hear a million cliches and things like that. And when you're in a place like this, it's really hard. And don't get me wrong, I'm not. It's just, it's really hard where I'm at right now after going to a place who, you know, you thought that, you know, it's your hometown and you're like fighting for this whole group, and then you go to the group and then you get You know, I mean, just getting one person coming up and recognizing me and giving this big hug, that is more inspiration than anything. And not that I'm out for validation, but it's just, you know, it's a challenge every day. And I know we all have challenges, and I know there's people out there 100 million times worse off than I am. I'm not saying that I'm any worse or I'm a victim or all these things. But anyway, it's definitely a continuing challenge, and so I wanted to kind of wrap this all up to just kind of share with you some more real behind the scenes. I mean, I'm out working out, exercising every day, so the endorphins are helping, but it's still a very, very hard place to be, and there's a lot more updates to come. I mean, I'm only beginning to sort of open up a little bit more to share some of the intimate things going on and happening. So I wanted to at least share some of those. And the speech and all this kind of stuff, and now I'm kind of coming back and repeating myself a couple times. So that tells me I'm good to go, and I hope you guys have a fantabulous summer and everything else. Love you all. Ciao.
Gonna do next? I don't know. Behind the scenes, how can we find what's happening? With behind the scenes, as we continue to follow the fox, and see what's inside her box. Behind the den, with Jenna Fox.